hello, hi and welcome. I am Emma from Emma's Happy Place Arts and Crafts. If you're new here, hello, subscribe. Definitely subscribe because it's always nice to come and chat and do crafty things. And if you're not new here, welcome back. I'm back. Christmas is over and I am going to be live every Sunday on YouTube from now on. So the Colour Your World will be on YouTube. And then on Tuesdays, I think I'm going to go live on Facebook. So that is the plan, I think. So 8 p.m. Sundays, YouTube. 8 p.m. Sundays, YouTube. 7 p.m. Tuesdays, Facebook. I'll be on the Facebook page, but I will share it to the group as well. So hi Maureen, hi Dominique. Hi. We're going to use this stamp set because I didn't use it last time when I was using the other one that I wanted to use. So we're going to use it. And we're going to see what I come up with. I'm thinking blue and white. I might even add some silver because of the Colour Your World thing. We will see. So, again, no plan. This is the lovely journal I got for Christmas. And I've got hiccups because I've just shoveled my tea down. Wasn't anything exciting, it was garlic bread. Leather bound journal. It does have tea stained pages, and I think I'm 99.999% sure it's handmade, and it is thick and it is lovely. So I'm going to start off on this page. I'm leaving the first page because it's nice. We like this a lot. I'm going to rub it a lot. So probably the first couple of minutes of this video will be me going, oh, I love it. It's a very nice book. I'm just plugging the heat tool in whilst we wait. And I can find the plug hole. It's dark under there. There we go. Found it. And so I'm thinking blue, grey, white, maybe. So I'm just going to move my watercolours. I don't know if I want to use them or not. I do have acrylic paint. And just because this page has got a tea dye on, I'm going to start off with just a little bit white. Just white acrylic paint. And I'll pop a little bit on there. Won't need much at all. Just minute amounts. And I'm going to use a brayer, I think. Just... I might need a smidge more than that. Hi, Stephanie. There. Oh, there we go. That's probably far too much now, but it'll be right. It'll be right. Just want to get a bit on. Now, these feel very textured pages. I'm not sure if it's what kind of paper it is. So I'm not sure how colours are going to work on it. But I'm more than happy to find out. I was still here. I'm just checking more internet troubles. I got a text saying that apparently I shouldn't have any more. But I just don't believe them. At all. I just don't believe them. So I was thinking blues. I might add some pink in there because look at this. Ooh. Look at that. And also that quinacridone magenta. I love them. So we'll see what happens. A little bit blue. I might... Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to use a little bit of this pink. And just see what colour we get with this blue. Because this blue is like the clean blue. He was an artist and he took ownership of the blue. So somebody else has made a very, very similar blue. It's Culture Hustle. And they've called it Easy Clean or something. And basically what they've done is they've made a blue and said everybody can use it. All artists can have it because apparently this artist is dead now. Was the only one that's allowed to use it because he patented it. Same as some artists have patterned whites and blacks, certain pigments of white and black. I want to stop there with that. So it's crazy. How is everybody? Has everybody had a nice weekend? It is unbelievably cold here. Bella literally runs out, has a wee. It's like the fastest wee in history, and then she wants to go back. That's so funny. I've never seen a dog wee so fast, ever. I think she needs slippers on. So, her little boots, snow boots, so she can go out for a little bit longer. She's got a coat. Looney's just getting a new coat because the gremlin ate hers. So Looney now has a black coat because it didn't have any in pretty pink. Right, I'll dry this off. Hi there. And then we'll keep going. I do like the fact that I've got this edge colour round. And I feel like I'm kind of covering too much of it up. But it'll be fine. It will be fine. So I do have a piece of fabric as well. Because I like the fabric. I think it goes with the colour of the book. So, what's everybody done this weekend? So again, I will be live every Sunday on YouTube. I mean, sometimes things happen, but Sunday night is 8 PM is going to be YouTube. And then I'm thinking Tuesdays, 7 PM is going to be on Facebook. And then hopefully I'll have time to do videos and things as well. I'm hoping. I might do a surprise live at some point whenever I get the chance. But I'm sticking with the 2 for now. Just because it means I'm not going to let people down as much. Hi, Tracy, lovely. I did cut them out this time. I hope you're all right. Oh, just getting a block. So I've got this, it's like brush strokes. So I'm thinking, because we're going with blues and things, let's see if I can locate a blue. Shall we see if this shows up? This is like a brush stroke, basically. There. And I'm thinking, we'll see. If nothing else, the colour's nice. Hi, Maxine, I want to say. Oh, hi, me. I'm so bad at remembering usernames' names. I do know who you are. Kinda. Hi, Lisa. I love Christmas tree. Yes, I cleaned the window today. The tree was already down, but it wasn't very big. But I cleaned all of the Jack skeleton off the window today. It took ages. The pen that I used to draw it on with was just an acrylic pen. I think it was a Posca. Or it might have been this one, actually. Which is... just says acrylic. It is... Oh, Montana. So, it is Maxine. Thought it was. See, I'm getting better. I'm just useless, though. I'm just adding some more blue on top, basically. Can't really tell what stamp it is. And I'm also thinking, let's have some random brushes. And then we can build up from there. I do also have a stamp set next to us that has a butterfly in. So we may use that as well. So let's just... So this paper is very, very textured. And you can see how textured it is when you try and stamp on it. So you're never going to get a perfect impression on this kind of paper. I'm guessing it's handmade paper. Probably handmade paper into a handmade journal. So, stamping on it. But you're going to get some incredible effects from it. Well, let's try another brush. Up the top here. We might cover some of this, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I just thought a nice journal page. I have missed journaling. We've been doing all the other stuff, haven't we? The 3D stuff, the Christmas stuff, all of that. And I thought some journal pages, nice and relaxed, chill for the new year, would be quite nice. Right. Now, fabric is very textured as well. I'm just going to pop this to one side for now. I may come back to it. But stamping onto fabric can be tricky. But also, because I'm going to use the VersaFine, it's an oil-based ink. Now, I would always use a fabric ink if it's going to go through the washer and things. This just go in the journal. So as long as you use a permanent ink, really, it should be fine. If this doesn't work out, I do have more next to us. I'm sorry if I'm shaking. I just want plenty ink on this. I might not be able to fit it all on, but that's fine. And then leave it for a little while. The best bet to do with fabric is leave it for the ink to soak in. You probably won't get a perfect image because of the texture on the fabric, but it should be a nice enough, especially with the red rubber. You get such a nice impression using red rubber on fabric. I mean, some of the clear stamps are, but some of them you get a squidgy look. It all just depends on, it just depends on what it's like, really, where it's made. There we go. I'm quite happy with that. You obviously see the texture, but just by leaving the stamp on that a little bit longer, the ink gets a chance to soak in, and it works perfect 99% of the time. Now this stamp says make art. I'm just gonna pop that on because that's what this book is going to be for. I'm hoping it's the right way up. If not, we'll stick a butterfly on it. Right, again, just holding there a couple of seconds, just let the ink soak in. +2. Well, yesterday, I was looking at, right, I don't know if everybody's seen the picture of us. I put on, I was absolutely freezing. I literally had just my eyes shown. After that picture, I put a hat on as well. So it was shown up -1, but it was coming up as feels like -12. I was just like, what on earth is this? This is torture. Literally, I had, do you know when I mean, I've got Raynaud's anyway, but you know when your hands go that purple? It took until about 9 o'clock last night for my fingers to actually come back to life. It was awful. I'm just looking for a brush of some sort because I've still got dirty water next to us. This one will do. And what I'm going to do is grab those watercolours. Again, I wouldn't use watercolour on fabric if you're going to put in the washer, but it's just stay in the journal. I'm just going to add some pink to the end of this. Plenty of water on it. With fabric as well, the colours chance to bleed out a little bit. I'm not worried about that at all. If you don't want that to happen, you can always use a gesso, a clear gesso on it, or whatever you like. But I honestly don't mind the little bit of bleed. I quite like it. In fact, I'm going to add more water to it so it does bleed a little bit. And then I'm going to grab a tissue, which I do have somewhere. Here it is. And just lift that off because I still want to be able to see the inked image under it. I just wanted a little bit of colour. And I'm going to grab a brown just to add some colour on at the end of the brush. But again, I'm not being too careful. It's not the end of the world when it bleeds out or goes out the lines or whatever. In fact, it looks quite nice sometimes. And then I'm just going to use this one and put it on here, which is the bristles. And again, just lift the colour off. wherever you don't want it. And then this bit here, which I've stuck some yellow on, it's obviously the silver bit of the brush or the gold bit. Where's my silver? Is it here? Here it is. We'll add a little bit silver. The pink is, I want to say it's Royal Talons, but honestly I couldn't tell you. All the watercolours I've got, I tend to put them all in separate pans and things. Or I buy them one by one, but I think it's a Royal Talons pink. Possibly. I hope I'm telling you the right one. I hope. There we go. So that is that. I'm going to come back to the journal. And I think it needs more on because that's going to cover that. But I'm still feeling like it needs something else. So I'm going to see if I have a stencil handy with, oh, maybe some roses on. Let's go with that. And let's see what I can find in this little pile. I really need to sort this down. Oh, that's probably the pink just fell behind the back. It can stay there for now. We're going to use Dusty Concord because I'm not hunting for stuff. And it's a dark purple. I think it might look quite nice. So this is going to go about there. So I'm thinking here. And here. Now I don't want to cover too much of, oh, I like that. Oh, I like it's pretty. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the purple as well. What are we thinking? I think that stencil was in a pack I had on the web. I'm sure it was. But we all know everything goes everywhere. So I do have some of this left still off the other day. I've still got quite a bit actually, so it'll probably be showing up for a little while. I'm going to have a little bit of that off. And what we're going to do is, because I'm using fabric, I'm going to build up fabric layers. Like different textures. So I'll have that on there and that there. And again, it just all adds a little bit of something. I love it. I love to add texture and things. And I'm going to grab some of this glue. And what I'll do is, I'll put it on. It's been near the radiator. It's quite runny. It's warmed up. I think I need to move it. That is another one of my resolutions. I need to move the paints and things out from near the radiator because they'll dry up really quick. I mean, normally they're in sealed bottles and things, but still, ideally you don't want to keep it where it's going to get hot and cold and hot and cold. Well, that is on there. I'm quite happy with that. What are we thinking? Yes? A little bit of something different, but I do want to add a little bit of something else. So I do have another stamp set next to us. Where did I put it? With a butterfly in. Now, stamp set is from Chocolate Baroque yet again. Lost it though. We may not be using it. When? Oh, there it is. So it's this one. A lovely lady called Fiona Randall did it, and I've had these ages again. Never used it, but I'm thinking, I mean, they're incredibly large stamps. Very nice. That. I think there's only one butterfly. A moth. Yeah, only one butterfly. I think we'll stick with the butterfly because that's what I originally thought about. And I'm going to need a piece of paper. Whoop. Avalanche. There's the bit of paper. Honestly, imagine if I was ever organised or didn't put something down and lose it. So again, I'm using brown, still trying to stay away from... The stamp set of the brushes is Darkroom Door. They are no longer going, but you can still get some of the stamp sets from different places. That is not sticky. Oh, it's because I've squished it. That's fine. We'll do it this way. You don't always need a block when you're stamping. As long as you hold it still and don't move it or lift it, it's fine to stamp like this. Like I said, do what you want. No craft palooza here. There we go. I'll just pop that there for now. And again, I'm going to go back in. I've got some pinks, I've got some blues. So I think that's what we'll stick with for the butterfly. I'm going to trim it out. I'm not going to stay inside the lines. Sometimes it's better. Then you get like a colour wash. I feel sometimes it's better. Obviously, not everybody feels the same. Right, and then I'm going to go back in with some pink. Down here. And then we'll get the heat tool again. And it will be done in 2 seconds flat. Yeah, Darkroom Door. There's loads of people do arty, crafty, paintbrushy style stamp sets though. Thank you. I do love to build up the layers and things on pages. I did think about adding different papers and stuff to it, but I thought it might be just quite nice with the black behind. We will see. Let's dry that corner off. And then we'll see. This may be too big. I might decide not to use it and always keep it for another page. It's not the end of the world. Oh, this will just take 2 seconds. If you don't want to cut right out the lines, don't feel like you have to. You can leave a border if you so wish. It is completely up to you. I feel better cutting right up to the line, but sometimes I do leave a border. It just depends on the style of stamp, image, and how I'm feeling, basically. Because my mind can change like the weather. And don't feel like you have to cut the antennae out. It's feelers, it's eyes, whatever. It's, honestly, you do not have to cut them out. Cut them off, you can draw them back on, or you can just leave them off. It's not the end of the world. I'm not feeling lazy tonight, so I think I'll leave them on. And cutting out, fuzzy cutting, all of that just comes with practice. The more you do, the better you are at it. If you can't do it, your eyes don't work, whatever, leave a border. Whatever's easiest, whatever makes you happy is the most important thing. There we go. So I am going to grab, look at this, honestly, prepared. I'm going to ink around the edges, hide a multitude of sins, all the imperfections, and it will add a little bit of dimension to it as well. Before I put it on, I'm going to grab a white pen and just, not that one, it's too thick. We'll go with, where's it gone? Where has it gone? There it is. Hopefully it works. I'm just going to add just a little, it's not working again. Look at that. Now it's going to blob out, it'll be fine. Just going to add a little bit of detail on. Just where I've covered it over, I haven't stamped quite perfect. And I might have done all this and decide not to add it to the book, but we'll see. We will see. Oh. And maybe He's just a little bit down his body. And a little bit. There we go. That'll do. Move that because I don't want it on the back of my book. Let's have a look. I already know this will end up covered in paint, but I want to keep it nice for as long as I can. So I'm thinking I like that. I quite like it like that. Even further down. What do we think? Butterfly? I like it. And I might not. I'm not going to. I was going to add more fabric to it, but I'm not going to. I shall just glue the middle of this down and pop it there. Now, it will stick out the side of the journal, but it doesn't bother us. You can always move it over if it bothers you. But, I mean, how fast was this? And this is all you need, 20 minutes a day. Just do anything creative. I promise it'll make you feel better. There we go. How cute's that? If for any reason you want this darker, I did stamp it in brown, but say you want to go around it, just grab a pen. And you can always go back in and make the lines a bit thicker. You can do broken lines. Anything at all that you want. Just if you just want it to stand out a bit more. Adding that butterfly made us feel like it's a little bit washed out. That's just because of the fabric and the ink on the fabric. Just a little bit can totally change how something looks. And that's the same on all stamps. I used to spend hours outlining, stamping, colouring and everything, and then I would go back around it with a pen. Once I'd finished, I would outline it all with a black pen. So I was redrawing the whole stamp. But you don't have to. You can just add in a little bit of extra detail, and there we go. If you want to make this even darker, I could have just stamped in black, which would have been easier. But you know, I do like this writing. There we go. Much better. I'm happy with that. Do we need splats? And what colour? White splats? Should we just stick with white? Yeah. I think it's a very nice start in the journal. That is white. I was just checking I'd actually picked up white. So acrylic white and water. You can flick it from your pen if you want. I'll mostly go around, have some on the butterfly. Probably won't show up that well on the fabric, but there we go. Got some good splats going on. Oh, fabulous splats. There we go. Happy with that. Love it. With that, how fast. Thoroughly enjoyed my little bit self. Had me 20 minutes. I did make some candles today because I've been checking out fragrances and things. And Christopher chose it. And it is pumpkin spice. It's very nice. But obviously a Halloweeny scent. But it's still very nice. So watch the space. You might get some candle making. But I'm very happy with that. I will pop up pictures. I can't remember if I popped up pictures of the Colour Your World I did. I'll have to go back and have a look. But do check that out as well. It did start on New Year's Day. I have added it to the playlist of Colour Your World 2026. So yes, do play along. Do get crafty. Do get art. Like I say, even 20 minutes a day, you can do a lot in 20 minutes. And it doesn't have to be this much. Do an ATC. Just get creative every day and it will make you feel much better. With that, I will see you on Facebook at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. Have a good Monday. I don't know who's back to work. I don't know if things are ever going back normal or whatever, but I hope you have a lovely day. Bye for now, and thank you for keeping us company.